Today's guest is Joel Dommett. Not only is he one of the nation's favourite comedians and TV presenters, he is quite simply one of the loveliest guys in showbiz. I hate him. He is known for hosting iconic shows such as The Masked Singer and This Morning. He also fronts the hit podcast Never Have I Ever alongside his wife Hannah Cooper. And don't forget, we also now have a Patreon where we offer early access to ad-free episodes of the show and where I take a deep dive with a therapist, Natalie Corley, into previous episodes. And also, as patrons, you guys can put me in the hot seat and ask me questions, if you like, about my own childhood. If you don't worry about it. Anyway, that's all from me now. Let's crack on and meet Joel Dommett.
Joel, welcome.
Thank you for joining me.
I love. We don't hang out enough. Well, I think we'll agree with this. That's all.
What? Who are you lying to? I'm here. I know how much we hang out.
No, but like, I feel like
we always get on.
I feel like I'm with you all the time because you're on my algorithm all the time with your hooks.
Sorry.
I fucking love. I think our minds weirdly work the same, and I really love.
There's a similarity there.
I really love hanging out with you.
I love hanging out with you, and I've said that that if I see your name, and it will normally be on a charity bill, that I'm happy and I'm relieved. You're one of those people. At least Joel's there. That's like the highest compliment you can give as a comedian. You see the person there. Oh, at least he's there. Okay, right. So,
but it's a pleasure.
Thank you for joining me. I'm really excited about this.
I grabbed Sean's notebook. By the way, we were in the foyer of this this beautiful building, which doesn't suit Sean, and I grabbed his notebook, and he ran and from across the foyer from the cafe. Oh, no, Joel, don't look in that. Don't. It's my soul. No, it's all my ideas.
I said it's like hacking into my brain.
Yeah.
But this isn't a comedy notepad. This is things to remind me, to ask you.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know why it's just an instinct I have.
Yeah,
you can't have someone go through your notepad. That's the deepest you.
I'm also like, that's, I think, why I've got a notebook very similar that I write down every set I've ever done since I started comedy.
I don't do that.
18 years ago, I have to write down my set list. I have to.
Do you mean, what do you mean? You arrive at a gig and you...
Yeah, and I write down exactly, even if it was the same as what I did last night.
Yeah, okay.
I have to write it down. And now it's obviously a point where it's like, if I don't do that, then I feel mad and feel weird. It's like,
I get it.
I've got a watch on, and if I like, I have to press like the Casio deep before I go on stage, like the classic thing.
Okay.
If I don't do that, then my world fucking falls apart.
Okay, right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Routine. You like routine.
Oh man.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Well, look, listen. I've got some easy questions for you to start. Some either ors.
Yeah. Blonde or brunette?
Well, yeah, essentially. Pogs or panini stickers.
Oh, Pogs. I was actually Pogs.
What is Pogs?
It was like
we're trying to discover this.
Plastic.
No one
plastic
knows.
Little discs.
But what was the point in Pogs?
But what is the point in anything?
Oh, why are we going there?
What is the point in anything? We're essentially
I've not worked it out.
No, I don't really know what Pogs are, and then they've never really retained their value.
No. They're of their time, whereas panini stickers seem to last.
Yeah. No one's interested in Logan Paul's Pogs.
No, exactly. Right. Oasis or Blur?
Well, no, I know these are quick fire. But I was very much like neither, really. Like, I was just neither. I was into new metal, you know that. We talked about Limp Bizkit before.
No, I know that, but we're the same age.
Yeah.
If you wouldn't think that looking at us. But Blur and Oasis, and before that time, so primary school, what were you listening to? Yeah, maybe Spice Girls.
Yeah.
Got it. Favorite Spice Girl.
The Mel C was my fave, actually.
Nice.
And she still looks the fucking same. Unbelievable.
Yeah. They've done well.
But I was neither, and then I went to see Oasis recently, and I was like, this is the best gig I've ever been to.
Well, that's not fair, really. You need to go see Blur.
That is true.
But I was also at Oasis, yes, and it was. They're going places that bad.
Yeah.
Okay, playing out or playing computer games?
Playing out.
What were you doing?
I lived on a farm, so I just sort of, just going around picking up venereal diseases.
Okay, we're gonna get to the farm. Weed or booze?
Um,
Can't imagine you.
yeah, sort of neither really.
Good.
If I did, like again, weed more than booze. I'd never
Okay,
used to get
really?
like drunk.
No.
I was in a band, so it was like
You're
I
in a
used to smoke
band.
weed a bit, but like
This is great. These are little teasers for what's to come. You're in a
oh
band.
my
That's
lord,
incredible.
yeah, I was in a band.
Okay, I
You
can't
better
wait.
believe it.
I can't wait. I've seen you do stand up about being in said band, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
it's
yes.
fantastic. Behind the bike shed smoking or in the library reading?
Sort of just again, I've neither of these really. I've sort of
Fine.
not. This is my problem in life, and we'll get onto this.
Well, it might not be a problem. It might be an advantage. But let's...
I fit into neither camp of naughty or keen.
Okay.
So like, I wish I was cool enough to be behind the bike sheds, but I wasn't. I didn't fit in with them. And then I wish I was smart enough to be in the library, but I'm not. So I'm just basically outside, like pointing at cows. Go.
Well, that's done very well for you.
Yeah.
Pointing at cows.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
you go. Some
Observational
advice to pass
material.
on. Yeah. I think often comedians are caught between two worlds. Is what I find talking to them.
This is really interesting.
And you've just said that there, and it adds up. It's always, I wasn't quite in with them, and I wasn't quite in with them, and that for me normally is the chemistry that makes a comedian.
Yeah, so it's like, do you think? Do you think usually it comes ultimately? Is it down to an attention thing? Is it you going like, I want to fit in with someone, so I've got to, I've got to embrace my strangeness, I suppose.
Sure, but then that would also come down to why you're not fitting in with someone. So there's kind of a why before the attention. I think if normally people want to fit in, that's very human. And you're right, if they're not home with a particular group, then what you're trying to do is normally, and I'm always with exception, but normally be malleable so that you can kind of try and fit in with everyone, which of course, when a comedy club, if you're being general, is everyone. Everyone's there. The comedy club doesn't tend to discriminate class and whatnot. Everyone's there, and you can adapt yourself to appease everyone.
Yeah.
And that's because you don't fit in, ironically, with anyone. Thank you very much. I've been Sean Walsh. You've been listening to Class Down.
Fantastic. That is weird. That is great, man. That is great.
I have a lot of free time.
Oh my God.
So,
and you found out all of that by just talking to Jamali Maddox.
We've got some other questions here that I've had to look. This is very Sean Walsh. I've had to now drop the notepad. I'm now going
to a phone.
Some questions from the phone. You're part of a new exclusive segment, Joel.
Oh my God, I'm excited for this.
So let's see. Quick fire. First kiss.
In a small concrete tunnel in the primary school with a girl called Kirsty.
Small concrete tunnel?
Yeah.
What, in a playground? One of those things?
Yeah. I was 23. And she was classic.
I enjoyed it.
It's a pedo joke.
A concrete tunnel. Do you mean those things in the playground?
Yeah, so we had a little like ramp in our primary school, and it had like two.
Oh, this was at school.
Yeah, at school. I just remember just like.
I can see why you went in the library or behind the bike shed. You were kissing girls.
I was kissing all of the girls. And then I didn't kiss another girl for about 10 years.
Well done.
My first girlfriend dumped me because I wouldn't snog her.
Oh, you were frigid, as it were.
Yeah, she literally said, "You're frigid," and dumped me.
Well, who's laughing now? Huh? First time drunk?
I think it was after like a school play at like the after show.
Oh, wow.
What do rap party?
Rap party.
Whatever they would call that. Yeah. And I remember someone giving me some alcohol, and I was like, "Whoa,
was it Alka Pops?
Something like that. It would have been like Hooch back in that day.
I saw Hooch is back.
Is Hooch back?
I saw a poster for Hooch.
Well, what was that fucking thing about Hooch being banned, man?
Yeah.
Remember how massive that was?
No, it got cancelled and it's back.
It's oh my God. Who else is going back?
Wonder what that feels like.
Sean, are you the Hooch of comedy?
I'm Hooch. Sean Hooch Walsh. Okay, first fight.
First fight.
We're not going to get through this pod.
We're not going to get through this at all.
Impossible.
Well, I wouldn't say fight, but I remember. I used to deal with things with comedy, but there was like the biggest bully in school, like and I was trying to fit in with him, and I jokingly said that his mum was ugly.
What do you mean?
No, but like a joke, like a sort of joke.
I was trying to fit in with him.
But you know, like
I said his mum was.
but like in a funny way. Yeah, your mum's ugly or something. But I genuinely thought it was going to elicit laughter. And then I remember the entire school running up, going like, "There's a fight! There's a fight!" And me being like, "Oh, where's? Oh my God, there's a fight!" And I remember being involved in the crowd, being like, "Yes! Oh my God, there's a fight! There's a fight!" And I didn't realize that the fight was with me. I just thought it was funny, man.
What on earth?
I just thought.
I want to know. What on earth?
Yeah.
Sorry, I've got to compose myself. The misfiring of that
Absolute misfire.
joke is absolutely insane. I mean, there's someone that doesn't know how to fit in.
Yeah.
And actually, do you know what? Your stand-up is often, I think I'm right in saying this, is often you kind of doing the wrong thing.
Yes.
That really
it's definitely
lines
like,
up with
that's
that.
the thing. It's like, it's me trying my best and getting it wrong.
Yes.
That's what my comedy is. It's so interesting, isn't it? This is fucking, what a podcast this is, man.
People like the podcast, Joel.
What a podcast.
Thank you. There we go.
Unbelievable, man. I'm being picked apart. Who knew you could just pop on a jacket and you become a registered therapist?
Look, this is the real me.
Great. Gets all serious. It's great.
Oh, I'm not getting sick. I don't think I've got serious.
No.
I'm laughing.
It's a great podcast.
It's the right tone, I hope.
It's a fantastic podcast.
Where are these? I've lost the question.
Is there enough boucle in here? Can I ask that question?
What's boucle?
Oh, stop, Sean. Sean.
What's boucle?
First of all, can you please say that word again?
What? You say it first.
Boucle.
Oh, why am I saying it wrong? Boucle. Boucle.
You're probably saying it right, to be fair, because it's obviously French, but it's boucle, and you're like, sorry, what's boucle?
What's his?
This is boucle. What was that on right now? It's like a bobbly. Like.
Oh,
this is
why
boucle.
do you know that?
This is boucle. This is.
Why do you know that? Why do you know that? That's not something I would.
It's because because
I thought this is just old.
No, this is like new old, nouveau riche. I think this is that what they call it.
Don't look at me. You think I've got time to?
If I was to sum you up, it would be boucle.
Fuck.
Someone who looks older than they are.
Next time someone says that to me, they go, "Whoa, you look like you've lived a life."
Yeah.
I go, actually, I'm boucle.
It's boucle. Still looks good when it's dirty.
I don't know about that. I feel like an actor that plays, the character that is a cold in an advert for like Limsip. That's how I feel. Like that character.
Yeah,
that's me.
yeah.
So, okay, right.
Yeah, like those stock photos of like someone who's really ill.
Yes.
That's you.
Yeah. Then you take the Lemsip, you turn into you. Right. So look, listen. I need to get back to we need to be professional.
Back.
The podcast itself actually hasn't started.
We only got 3 minutes left.
Right, here we go. First job.
I worked at first job I was 15, and I worked at a pet shop, and I used to bag up all the food, and then
Didn't the food come in bags?
No. It came in big bags, and I had to bag it up into small kilogram bags. And so I did that, and basically the quicker I would do it, the more time I would have in the afternoon. So I'd just bag it up really quick, go and buy a Kerrang magazine, and then read that for the afternoon.
Nice. And last question is, first time you got served in a club or bar or pub, do you remember that? How old do you reckon you would have been?
I didn't I wasn't really into like clubs and stuff, and even pubs because of that bullying incident where I called the guy's mum ugly.
You were scared you were going to go to a pub and
that
call
he was
everyone's...
in. So I ended up basically going from like 14 to like essentially like 18 until I moved to London,
in
but not
fear
really drinking. Yeah.
of him, like Jaws, like the shark, like you can't go back in the water.
Yeah.
But my dear God. So until you got to London.
Yeah. I had to like move,
thing.
like, because I just was petrified of this guy.
Yeah.
But it was great because it like defined me as a person, I think.
Well, that's what that's what this is why I like getting people on and talking to them, because this kind of neatly brings us to where you grew up, which is, as you said, a farm. You grew up on a farm. This is a paid advertisement from BetterHelp. Right, let's be honest, there's so much stuff out there now about wellness. It's hard to know what to believe. 1 minute, it's start your day with a 6 a.m. ice bath. The next, it's just breathe and journal your way to happiness. I can barely decide what to have for lunch, let alone how to sort out my mental health. That's where BetterHelp comes in. It's the world's largest online therapy platform. Over 5 million people have used it, and in the UK alone, there are over 5,000 therapists available. So instead of getting overwhelmed on the internet, you can actually talk to someone who's trained to help. Whether you're figuring out boundaries, dealing with stress, or just want to feel a bit more like yourself, therapy can really help you work it all out. Talk it out with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/classclown. Go to the link in the episode description to get your exclusive discount. So what did life kind of look like? I like to start like that. Kind of, what am I seeing?
Very isolated.
Childhood.
So I was in a tiny little village, and we had a small farm in this tiny village, and the nearest town is like, it's a 10-minute drive away, essentially. And that's where I went to school.
What was that town?
Thornbury.
Thornbury.
And then Thornbury's close to Bristol. So it's like
Bristol's the big city.
It's a big city. It's like 40 minutes to Bristol, probably. So it's like, it's very isolated. There's no train station. I could get a bus from the end of my road if I walked for an hour. Wow. So it's like, my mum had to take me anywhere I wanted to go. So basically, it was just me. My brother was well into farming, so it was perfect. So he loved it. He would just be on the farm.
He's older?
Tractors, 2 years older, yeah. As he was always into that. Whereas me, I was never into that. So my thing to deal with the isolation was to just sit in my room and make up stories. And that was my thing. I would draw pictures, create. So I was creative.
How old were you about here?
Well, just very young. I suppose.
One
very
digit,
young.
kind of 1 digit. 9, 8, 9, 10, 7. Yeah.
And just the creativity was my thing. I would sit in my bedroom for all day. My mum always says that, she's like, "Oh, you as a kid, I would if like I would send your brother to his room, and it'd be a huge punishment. But if I sent you to your room, like, you would just be like, yes, and then I'd stay in my room all day and have to take you out. So there was like no." There was no punish. That was not a punish, because I was like,
would have been she should have sent you farming.
Yeah, she should have sent me farming. Exactly that.
So can you remember at all? And I know it's difficult. Can you remember the kinds of stories that you were coming up with? Were these like sketches? Stuff?
I remember doing, when I got older, it became more about comedy. When I joined this drama group thing, and me and this guy called Vince, we were like the youngest kids in this drama group. It was like on Saturday or whatever. And our thing was comedy. And I sort of, that was the first time I realized, I was like, oh, this is where I fit in here. And because we were the youngest, everyone would laugh at us because we were the youngest and we were like buddies and doing, I can't really remember the sort of things we would do, but it was like, I remember like getting laughter from that group.
Okay.
And it feeling nice. And actually, this is the maddest thing, right? I was best friends with Vince. Like, he was like, we'd do everything. We'd skateboard together all week, and then we'd go to this drama club, and we were funny. We loved like films that were funny. It was the first time I found funny films. Like, we were obsessed with like Jim Carrey and the Cable Guy, and we would just like repeat the whole of Cable Guy. Just remember that film like back to front.
That bond with your friend at that period of life. There's nothing like it.
And also, like, I wonder whether people will have that anymore, because kids have bonds with so many more people now because of through social media, and they have like bigger network and things like that, and they find things funny online instead of like going, fuck, I love the cable guy. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
you finding a friend really like, and also being so isolated in terms of our geographically, he was like, I was able to ride my bike to his house. So
Was he on a farm as well?
So he was like nearish by.
yeah.
So anyway, recently I was doing this show that's coming out on ITV really soon, which is called Celebrity Sabotage, which is genuinely fucking brilliant, actually.
Yes.
And it's,
get the plug in.
Yeah, the plug in.
That's why he's here.
Saturday nights starting November, I think. And it's just really silly, really fun idea. Yeah. And the idea of the show is that they have a new reality show every week that contestants are on, and they think they're on this reality show, and in fact we are sabotaging them, and every time this group of celebrities sabotage them, they win money unknowingly for themselves. So it's just so stupid. It's me and Judy Love are in it, and it's just Judy's so fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
And weirdly, on one of these episodes, one of the contestants was fucking Vince's dad.
What?
I know, complete coincidence.
And you had no idea that was happening?
Idea. I was like, I said to Bridges, I was like, what's that guy's surname? And they told me something. I was like, that's Vince's dad. Shit, man. It was unbelievable. It blew my mind.
So what happened to Vince?
I think he moved to Spain, maybe. You know how like you drift apart.
Yes,
and
of
you're
course.
On different things?
Yeah.
So that's I do remember. I really remember that thing of being in a group of like however many people were in that drama group of thing, and it was like improv-y games, and I suppose. And me and Vince would just like make people laugh, and I was like, oh my God! I just remember this being thing. And then it became uncool to be in a drama group, so I dropped out, and it was just we would then skateboard and stuff and make each other laugh in different ways. But like,
what do you mean it became uncool? So you dropped out?
But you know, like, drama was that was something that my mum put me in because I was like, okay. And then it became.
Why did she put you? But I'm just like, I went to Sylvia Young at a very young age. I didn't last long. Yes. I left because they wanted me to be a frog, and I didn't want to be a frog. I wanted to be Kevin Costner in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, or Alan Rickman in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. I thought
Morgan
I was
Freeman,
above frog. But so my mum sent me there. You know, there was a reason why I was there. Why were you there? Did you show anything?
Well, I think that's
that your mum went, "Oh, I think he would enjoy this."
I assume that mum would have seen that creativity that I had.
But the creativity in the drawing.
Well, no, he was drawing, making up stories, performing.
Who were you performing to?
I think I was just that.
Sorry, it feels
kid.
like I'm interrogating you, but I'm just genuinely interested.
Yeah, and I think I assume I was doing those performances for my mum and
little shows in the
living room.
That would now be like people would be filming them. They'd be on the parents' phones.
They'd be all over
WhatsApp
Instagram,
group.
hugely viral by the time you're 7. Like I remember, like with Vince, like getting like changing words to songs and like preparing it all day and then going and performing it to like parents, that sort of thing.
Oh right, yes, yeah.
And I remember, that genuinely, I don't think I've ever said this out loud. I remember like changing the words of the Queen song. I want to be free. I want to break free. And then obviously we were too young to understand what this is. But I remember performing it to our parents, being like, I want to break free. And we came out the curtain. I want to break free. I want to break free of my virginity. And we were like 11. And our parents were like, oh my God, I don't. And stuff like that.
Right,
but you know, it's a
I
word.
can see why you've got to.
You know, you know that's funny. You know, it's funny, but you don't really know what it means.
Yeah. Yes. I can see why now how you've ended up at drama school. So
yes.
So a question I always ask is, this is a philosopher, Aristotle. Aristotle says,
"Stop it! Here we go."
Yeah.
This is Jimmy Carr and Joe Rogan. Here we go. Oh, here we go. He's remembered a quote.
This is all I've got. This is literally all we can do is one. I can only manage one. Aristotle says, "Give me a child until the age of 7, and I will show you the foundations of the man." So. Aristotle catches Joel at 7. What is he saying? Does he know that Joel Dommett's going to go on to
I
be the host of The Masked Singer?
I don't know. I don't know.
You're drawing pictures at this time. There's an
Because
imagination there.
This is what I think is really interesting about comedy. It's not a linear journey because it's born out of it's born out of the crookedness and the sort of the uncomfortableness and the weirdness instead of being born out of the confidence and the ego.
Yes.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, do you know what I mean by that? So like
I know. Yes, absolutely.
So like, if I was like, you know, you'd probably look at that kid and be like, oh, he's going to be an actor, or you know, maybe if he was performing in the lounge, like all kids do anyway.
Yes.
You know, like you'd be like, oh, he's creative, like he'll be a singer or something. But like, the journey for me to be on Masked Singer, for instance, is so weird in the way that you go from being in this isolated place to then moving to London to like finding your people, your tribe, being obsessed with comedy, but then not really know how to fit into that. And then like not having the confidence to do it for years, and then being shit at it, and then trying to find your comic voice and all of that. And then through that, over years of comedy, then you find your confidence again. So it's like the confidence is like the final thing to then become a presenter. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Did that make sense?
It absolutely makes sense. And so it seems like you've had to, it's almost like, is it? I suppose I should frame this in a question because I'm not sure. What you're saying is, if the confidence is the last thing, that actually is it the reason really then that you had to go through all of that to get the confidence, because actually you were perhaps so self-conscious, so, well, is there, you know, so lacking in perhaps self-esteem that you had to do all of that. And now I'm just using this as an example, so not quite literally, but get to be the host of The Masked Singer to go, okay, I feel all right now.
So like
that's quite extreme version.
You know my friend Steve really well.
Absolutely.
So like
Steve.
we both work with Steve, and he's a really great writer and just a great ideas man and just a really lovely person to just be around, isn't he? He's very creative. He's really great. So I've known him since school.
Great fun, Steve.
Great fun.
Always laughing. It's
has like a youthfulness to him, I suppose.
Yeah,
and he was that person in school. So he was the funny guy in school.
Right.
Steve was the funny guy. I wasn't the funny guy. I was the friend of the funny guy.
Yeah.
So he would be no one bullied Steve because he was so fearless and funny.
He was really naughty.
And he was naughty.
Yeah.
And he just didn't give a shit
at
all. And I was like, this guy's so fun. And yet I wasn't ballsy enough to be as funny as him.
Oh, I forget you went to school with Steve.
I went to school with Steve.
Oh, yes. Oh, my God.
It's fucking mental. Like, I've known Steve since I was like 11.
Yes.
And like...
That's
like,
something.
This is...
To be working with him now.
Yeah.
At this stage of your life.
And it's such a weird thing.
So you met him in secondary school then, I take it?
Secondary school together, yeah. And also, like, it's, I think, a big part of why people hopefully would say I'm nice, right? I'm a nice person. I'm easy to work with in this business, which is mental.
Yeah.
And I think a big part of
I think there's a darkness in that. I'm kidding.
There is a darkness.
No, absolutely not. Yes, I can vouch for that.
And so, I think a big part of that is the fact that I'm still friends with someone and working with someone who I was friends with when I was 11. Because if suddenly I was working on something on the NTAs or something, and I was in the dressing room and I was like, bring me a pina colada, you piece of shit.
Yes.
Like,
yeah. I'd love to see you do that, but yeah.
People, it'd be so embarrassing to be in front of someone who I'd known since 11 and he'd be like, okay, this is weird.
Yeah.
You know, whereas
you're so charming, I think you could get away with that annoyingly.
Yeah. What is it with these seats? I ordered boucle.
Yeah.
But he was the sort of naughty, he was really funny. And I sort of think a big part of this is that I was the guy who just watched the funny guy. And so I just watched him.
But were you were you almost trying to take that in? I can't remember who said this, and where did I see this in? I can't remember it. It's an American comedian though. He was asked if he was the class clown, and he said no, but I studied him. Was it that? When you kind of
That's what
was
it
there
feels
an element
like.
of like, how are they getting these people?
It's
to
definitely what it
laugh
feels
and
like. And it feels like he had the confidence to be a comedian, essentially, when he was like 11 years old. And I wanted to, but didn't have the confidence to be one until I was 25.
Yeah,
Even though
yeah.
I'd been doing comedy for 4 years at that point. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You know
absolutely.
what I mean? It's we just were so playful and fun, and this is why it's really fun writing with him now. It's just like that playfulness where, like, you know, it's all silly, where we would have like our dinner trays with all our empty plates and stuff on it. We just thought it was so funny just to walk along and trip up and throw it all over the place and like that sort of stuff.
Oh right, so you
Fall
were doing that.
downstairs.
You were kind of that's slightly mischievous, really.
Yeah, fall downstairs in front of teachers. Finally, you know, like, you know, like.
But
Yeah,
did that ever turn into trouble? Because that's kind of that's very playful. It's very mischievous. Did that ever turn into a detention or anything like that?
Not quite. It was like we would, for instance, me and Steve, I once memorized pi to 100 decimal places.
What?
Like, we thought it'd be funny to memorize pi to 100 decimal places in our maths, right? And so, like, because we thought that's funny.
It is funny.
It is a funny thing to do, because then when the teacher goes, does anyone know what pi is? We go 3.14159265358979323, you know? And
oh my God, that's incredible.
it's like that.
I wish I could watch that.
It's like that weird thing that now it's the same. Like, now we have this work ethic, which we put in loads of work for a joke that's probably not quite worth it. You know what I mean? That's what I essentially now do for a living. And then again, it's like that thing where, like, it's just demanding attention in an odd way. That's what comedy is for me, I think.
Do you think you know why you wanted attention? More so than other kids that you were kind of, as I've put it, you know, studying the class clown. Can you look back and go, but why was I doing that?
I don't know. I suppose I wasn't good at, I've always never been good at anything. Like, no, I've never been, I've been average. Average.
What do you mean?
I've never been
anything. Anything's a lot.
Anything's a lot. But like,
what?
I've never had like a natural flourish for anything. That's my like, my friends were always really good at skateboarding because they were a bit more confident, and like, you know, they were like, I'd have friends who were just naturally good at art. I was never good at art, and you know, there was nothing that I fit into in school, which I was like, this is my thing, let's go. Steve was so naturally incredible at music, comedy even.
Yeah.
And like, to a degree in school, I felt like I sort of theatre stuff, like that was my subject where I was like, oh, I feel like I'm comfortable here, but I wasn't really good at it. And then,
so when did that happen? When did, I just want to pause you there. Because your mum sent you into a drama class.
Yeah, like on Saturdays.
And Saturday's thing, lots of fun. You were loving it, but then it's so funny you mentioned the word cool, because when you're young, these things are so crucial. You go, that's not cool anymore, so I'm not going to do the thing I loved. It's so mad. Because
then it felt like I was suddenly then, well, it's obvious that puberty happens. That's literally what would have happened. It would have been, puberty would have happened. I got into like metal music. I was in a band then suddenly, and then I was into girls, and girls didn't like the fact that I was doing a play where I was wearing tights.
Right. Whereas, ironically, we would love that now. So if you were doing a play in you and tights, that sells out. The West End Run sells 100%. Out in record, So there you have it, the end of part 1 of my chat with Joel Dommett. I hope you enjoyed that. If you want to hear part 2 instantly, right now, just head over to patreon.com/classclown, and part 2 will be ready for you there. If not, don't worry, the rest of the chat will be with you next week. But here's a little snippet of what's to come.
Me and my wife, the other day, we had to do a best man speech. So we wrote this speech up, and it was great, and we had some funny some bits where I thought, oh, this is really funny, this is great, and bits I was like, oh, that's not us, but it's fine. We did it, and as it happens in comedy, there were so many bits where you're like, oh, that bit I thought was going to go so well, that was my banker, absolutely nothing, and then the bit which I thought was fine, massive laugh, everyone losing their minds. I was like, fuck. And it was like a weird thing where it reminded me what's so good about comedy is that imagine if I could go and do that best man speech again the next day.
Yeah.
Because that's what makes it so special. Because then I would take that and I'd make the bit that worked better and bigger. And I'd make the bit that was less good better in order to make it funny. It's so brilliant because it's a process. It's like, that's what's so brilliant about it. It's like, it was amazing. It was really the first time where I could like actually explain to my wife why comedy is so great. I was like, this is so great because like, imagine if we could do that again tomorrow and it would be fucking better.
But we can't, and you fucked it.
And we can't, and you fucked it up for both of us. Okay? How dare you be funnier than me? I shouldn't have given you the funny lines. Fuck you, don't touch me, don't touch me.
There you go. So if you want to hear the rest of that right now, head over to patreon.com/classclown. And if not, don't worry, it'll be with you next week. And also, if you head over to Patreon, you can ask me some questions too, if you like. But if not, don't worry. Catch you later. Cheers.